1 year ago today, a man was killed during a forklift accident at Industrial Service Corporation in Burlington. Tonight, his daughter is speaking exclusively to News 8. Jenna Webster explains where an investigation into the incident stands and what changes the business has made since.
I like that picture because it shows his smiling eyes.
Lacey Thacker's phone is filled with pictures of her dad, Sam DeJaynes.
This was not my wedding day.
He was dedicated to his garden, but even more dedicated to his cubs.
So that's the picture that we used for the services, since he obviously loved it so much, probably because of all of his Cubs gear.
The Cubs logo now engraved on his headstone. On the other side, one of Lacey's many pictures.
Oh, this picture.
Pictures and memories.
The moment he met my daughter when she was born.
Are all she has left.
My dad was a great person. It's okay.
Sam worked at Industrial Service Corporation in Burlington. At this particular location, a plant manager told Iowa OSHA its main function was to mount tires on wheels. On May 21st last year, Sam was putting labels on tires. A forklift driver stacking tires couldn't see over his load. We've paused the video before Sam was crushed between the forklift and the tires. After, he falls to the floor and you see employees rush over. That same plant manager told OSHA Sam hit his head on the floor, was bleeding, and going in and out of consciousness.
That ride was pure hell.
Sam was life flighted to Iowa City, where he died an hour and a half later.
I just knew the minute I got that phone call that was it. So, yeah, worst day of my life.
Iowa OSHA requires businesses to report a fatality within 8 hours.
They did not report it. It was actually the medical examiner that reported to OSHA.
The Johnson County Medical Examiner's Office emailed Iowa OSHA about 3.5 hours after Sam died. The next day, OSHA went to ISC for an inspection. The inspector writing the HR manager assumed it had been reported by the detectives. OSHA cited ISC for not reporting the fatality. The fine was $0. But an Iowa OSHA spokesperson told News 8 the fine for this kind of violation could be up to $16,131. We asked why it was nothing in this case, and she responded saying it's common to negotiate the penalty for a procedural violation in order to get expedited abatement. OSHA did cite ISC $25,000 in fines for 2 other violations. The forklift driver should have been driving backwards because they couldn't see over their load. It violated OSHA's requirement that a driver should keep a clear view of the path of travel. And the employee was trained to drive a forklift in 2022, but wasn't retrained when they started working at a different ISC location, as required by OSHA. ISC policy, which we found in documents sent to OSHA, states that forklift drivers are to be recertified every 3 years. It says that's also per OSHA requirement. Recertification includes watching a safety video, taking a safety quiz, reviewing all work policy instructions, and being evaluated while driving a forklift. We reached out to ISC multiple times asking about the incident and what safety policies it's adopted or changed since.
Good. My name's Jenna. I work at Channel 8.
We have not heard back. But according to the OSHA report, ISC updated their retraining policy on July 12, 2024 for when employees move locations and created a policy and trained management on reporting to OSHA. Records show ISC also told OSHA it retrained employees on safe forklift operations. Burlington police did investigate Sam's accident. We do know from an email from police to OSHA the forklift driver was given a drug test, and we've just learned that toxicology report was negative. ISC does say it's in its drug statement in an event of a serious injury, any employee involved is immediately subjected to a drug test. We don't know if ISC did a separate drug test.
I do think that someone needs to be held accountable. The end goal is that this doesn't happen to anybody else.
Just Tuesday, Burlington police told Lacey the Moines County Attorney will not be filing charges in the investigation. We have requested that report.
So then I started getting messages about safety, things that had actually happened.
I'll suffer from this the rest of my life.
And Jenna Webster joins us now. Jenna, this is not the only incident that ISC faced last year.
Yeah, when talking to Lacey, we actually learned that a little more than 3 weeks after her dad died, another man says he suffered a life-altering injury while working there, and he's still in therapy today. We'll have his story tomorrow night on News 8 at 10.
And let's talk about the Des Moines County Attorney. Why did she decide not to file charges in this case?
Yeah, Lisa Schaefer says there's no evidence the man driving the forklift was driving recklessly or knowingly created a risk that he ignored. She wrote, quote, "There is nothing in the OSHA report that would establish that any criminal action took place."
All right, Jenna, thank you. And this is a story we plan to follow. If you're a current or former ISC employee who has a story to share, just text it to us at the number on your screen, 309-304-0888, or you can email us at news@wqad.com.